Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Houston Rockets Daily, where we post daily Houston Rockets content. If that's something that interests you, be sure to hit that subscribe button, man. I didn't even want to recap last night's game when it happened, dude. It was so disgusting. I mean, it started off... We've started off worse. I mean, it was only an 8-point game. Scored 25, gave up 33 in the first. Actually came back in the second quarter, had a good second quarter, and then just got absolutely just shit on in the third and fourth quarter. It was pretty much over by then anyways. So, it was tough. You saw KPJ get removed after 11 minutes. I believe it was breathing problems, right? I know it was an illness. I don't know if they kind of disclosed if it was breathing or if it was, what was going on there. But hopefully Kevin gets good. I really just wanted to talk about tonight two players. Christopher, Sengun. Those guys were like the bright spots last night. But real quick, we'll talk about the starters. Jalen Green, only 23 minutes, still scored 12 points. Just a terrible minus 35. I mean, literally, it's just disgusting. I hate getting negative on the channel, but dude, the defense sometimes is just despicable. It's like, I don't know what's going on, but I noticed this specifically. I've been noticing this recently. I know, what game was it? A couple of games ago, Kevin gave up a turnover, and it was like a one-on-one fast break. And Kevin just kind of gave up on it, like defensively. He probably could have blocked the ball if he jumped, but kind of gave up on it right away at the last second to get the next possession going. And I'm like, well, just jump, bro. Like, I don't know, jump. I mean, it at least sets the tone for the rest of the game. It sets a tone to your team. It sets the tone as a leader. Like, I want all of my guys defensively to be going all out every single possession. I want them to play like the Toronto Raptors. I want them to play like the Phoenix Suns, the Milwaukee Bucks, like where every defensive possession matters. I just don't know if these young kids like have fully discovered that yet. Jayshawn Tate is really the only guy who defensively isn't gonna give up at all. Eric Gordon kept his percentages up for the trade deadline, but we'll still kind of see what happens there. I still imagine he'll get traded. Christian Wood played solid, 13 points, 11 rebounds, 5 of 10 from the field. Still, once again, would love him to be a little bit more aggressive. Pirtle killed us. Keldon Johnson killed us, as always, both those two guys. And then, DeJounte Murray has just been an absolute steal. He got snubbed. He got for real snubbed, but the Spurs just had our number last night. It was weird, dude. The defense was just so goddamn bad at times. But like I said, man, Sengun, Christopher, thank God we have those two players on nights like this, because usually when you have garbage time and that type of thing, it just sucks to watch. I remember like the Bulls running garbage time a couple of years ago when we sucked, and it was like, oh my God, who am I watching right now? Josh Christopher finished with 23 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, along with 3 steals, shot 7 of 13 from the field and 2 of 5 from downtown. What I've been loving, absolutely loving about Josh Christopher this season is his 3-point shooting. Now, he's only shooting technically 34%. That's not great. It's not horrible, but it's definitely not great. Josh Christopher last season with Arizona State shot like 25%. Literally like 25%. So I kind of noticed or mentioned this yesterday on the main channel about Scotty Barnes, where it's like these young players, you can tell they've been putting in a lot of work in a lot of different areas. And Josh Christopher, even when they're not falling, it just looks comfortable. He just looks comfortable. He just looks confident when he's taking these threes, and that's really what you want to see. Alperen Sengun, another good game from him, as we kind of mentioned the other night, the other night against Cleveland, he hasn't really looked the same since he's come back from injury. He did have a good game against the San Antonio Spurs where he went 14 points, 5 rebounds, 3 blocks, and a steal a couple of, what was that, last week? The last time we played San Antonio, so just a couple of games ago. But the last 3, Portland didn't do great. Golden State didn't do great. Only 6 combined points in those 2 games. And against Cleveland, he drops 9 points, 8 rebounds, a block, couple of assists. And, we're just kind of getting excited about Sengun again. So last night he kept that up, 18 points. Love to see it. 29 minutes. That's probably the best stat line of the night. Is Sengun played 29 minutes last night, 7 of 15 from the field, 1 of 4 from downtown, 3 blocks and a steal. I guess the downside is when Sengun's out there at the same time as Christian Wood, I think that's when Christian gets a little too, he's already not aggressive as it is, but I think that's when he gets a little too lax, isn't really as aggressive, doesn't cut as much, which is what you need to do when Sengun's out on the court. When Sengun's out on the court, you need to surround him with cutters, you need to surround him with shooters, because if you're running the offense through him, he's backing down whoever's guarding him. The passes on this guy are just absolutely freaky. So you got to be cutting to the rim like almost consistently, almost constantly. And so, it's going to take, I don't even know what's going to happen with Christian Wood, man. I wouldn't even be all that shocked because Sengun played 30 minutes tonight, 25 minutes against Cleveland. I wouldn't even be shocked if Christian Wood gets traded in the next 5 days, just to open up more minutes, see what we have with Sengun. We can't forget about Usman Garuba, who's hurt right now, but, hopefully the future's bright with him as well. There was a lot of hype surrounding him when we drafted him. So that's it for today, guys. Go ahead, drop some comments down below on the Rockets, and hit that like button, hit that sub button as always. Got you guys covered with trade news. I'll probably post a James Harden update video a little later on in the day.